Our first interview today is with a tremendous guy by the name of Bobby Wilson, a 54-year-old golfer. Now, I have to tell you about Bobby. He is the first golfer to ever qualify and compete in 3 divisions of the World Long Drive Championship. The scary thing about this guy is that he won 2 of those divisions. Now imagine playing 3 times a day in each one of those divisions, hitting, I don't know, phenomenal amount of balls during that period of time. What's amazing about this is each drive averaged about 370 yards. That's almost 4 football fields. Can you imagine doing that all day long for 7 days? He attributes his success to MaxGXL. Let's have a look.
Now, I understand in the long drive competition, you competed in several categories the same week, right?
I did. I felt so good that I qualified for the open division, and then I was already in the senior division, and this was my first year in the super senior. So one of the goals was I'm the first guy to ever qualify for 3 divisions at a world championship and hit in it.
Okay, now lay those divisions out for me. Define what each one is.
Well, the open division is basically from 18 years old on up.
Okay.
You can stop at 45 and be a senior and move into that division till 52, and then at 53 you're in a super senior. And I had just turned 53 this year, so I said, why not give it a shot?
Wow. So you competed in all 3.
I competed in all 3.
And how did you do?
Well, I reached a goal. I won 2 world championships, one in the senior and one in the super senior, and I did it in one night.
Wow. Wow. Now, how did you do in the open?
I got around round 4 or round 5, and it wasn't because of my fatigue or anything else. These just young guys can hit it.
Yeah.
And
those darn young guys.
Those darn young guys.
So now, where were you before you started taking MaxGXL? Where were you in your long drive competition? I mean, had you peaked? Were you going up? Where were you in your career?
I felt like my swing was good. Because of some of my issues, I couldn't train as long as I wanted to, and recovery time was 2 or 3 days because of swelling in certain areas of my body. And it was one of those magical moments, if I could call it. You know, I was on the product and I went out to train and hit balls, and the next day I got up and I wasn't sore. I didn't feel that, and I said, well, let's go out and do it again. Let's just see what happens. Maybe my body right now is just getting used to the training. But as days went on, I just kept hitting balls. And I like to tell people, at 53 years old, I was averaging 80 to 100 drivers a day, full built, going full speed, and I did it for 6 weeks.
Wow. Now, what's your club head speed?
They said it was around 136 miles an hour.
Wow. Wow. And the competition themselves was a 1-week competition?
1 week. I have to tell you this. I qualified on a Saturday. I had qualifying for the super seniors on Sunday. I had qualifying on the seniors on Monday. Open was Tuesday, and we were postponed till Wednesday. I hit also. Thursday I played in the Pro-Am. Friday morning I had re-qualifying in the seniors, and then Friday afternoon was 2 world titles.
Wow. I mean, how did you feel? Had you ever won 2 even a world championship before?
I've won one world championship,
okay.
And, but no one had ever won 2 in one night. No one had ever hit in 3 divisions. And, you know, you just kind of want to say, hey, this was a goal I set. Because one of my passwords, I'm going to tell you this, on my emails was 3 titles 2009.
Wow.
And I got 2 out of 3. And I have to tell you, earlier in the month, I had won a tournament here in Salt Lake City with my partner, Jason Zubak. We won the Johnny Miller's Champions Challenge. So I really did get 3 titles in 2009.
Wow. Wow. Now, where do you think you'd be if you hadn't started on Max?
I would not be as strong, I don't think, as far as my golf swing. I wouldn't have been as flexible because I'm an instructor also, Steve. And I work with guys that go, Bobby, I can't make that move because it hurts. And I go, well, I understand. We don't want to push you past a pain limit or whatever. But when you don't feel certain pains and you have more fluidity and you're more limber, you feel great. And you feel like, man, I can make the swing that I always used to make. And that's how I felt. I felt like a young kid again.
Wow. And no hype. In other words, this isn't just up here.
It wasn't there because I know. I mean, I know my body. You might not know this, but I was on the 1980 Olympic handball team. So I know about working out. I know about training. And I know when you need recovery. I know all these things. And to have this feeling with me was like, golly, I'm back training for the Olympics again. I'm young again.
Now, after you went day one on the competition, you woke up the next morning. Did you feel like you were really recovered, more recovered than normal? Or, I mean...
Well, I hit all day on Saturday
Okay.
to get into that open division.
Right.
Sunday afternoon, I had the super senior qualifying. I went out and hit balls Sunday morning to warm up.
Wow.
I felt that good.
Wow. Wow. And this is really unusual. See, I'm not a golfer.
Okay.
And so this is really unusual.
Oh, to all golfers, everybody has an ache or a pain or something, and just to get a little relief,
Yeah.
it is just a great feeling. It really is.
Wow. Now, tell me about your thoughts about next year. Where are you going to be? What you're going to do?
Well, with the way I feel now, and I took some time off, but I'm going to train harder, and instead of I'm going to try the 3 divisions again, but I also have a better goal. I think I can get into the top 8 in the open division.
Wow.
I want these young guys to know I'm back. I'm the new Benjamin Buttons of long drive.
There you go. Now, how far did you hit the ball?
In the super senior, I hit it 362 yards, and in the senior, I won at 374. And Art Sillinger told me, Bobby, he said, I think you need to know this. Your average for the week was 370 yards.
Wow.
So you're 53 years old, and you're averaging 370 yards.
Wow.
How do you feel? And I was like, I feel great.
When I hear stories like yours, I think, what would have happened if Art had just gotten on the product, taken it, enjoyed all the improvement that he got, and sat on it, never shared it with his friends? Where would you be now?
I wouldn't be having 2 world titles. As my wife would say, I wouldn't have glass in the trophy case. I mean, I do know that for a fact. And but Art's a good friend, and to share something like that with me, and he said it with a passion, and he said it with sincerity. He said, Bobby, please take this and try it, and tell me how you feel.
Now, have you been telling other people about it?
I didn't at the Worlds.
Yeah,
I want to win those titles.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
now I am. Now I'm telling everybody. I want them to feel it.
Wow. And have you gotten anybody on the product yet?
I sure have. I mean, I had a dear friend call me. He's from this area, Rick Mayer, and Rick has been around golf a long time. And he saw me. He saw this show and Art, and he knew I'd won 2 world titles. And he called me immediately. He said, "I've seen the MaxGXL television show. Did this help you?" And I said, "Yes, it did." And he said, "We need to talk."
Wow. Wow. Now, you've become an independent associate.
Yes, I have.
Terrific. Terrific.
Yes, I
Well,
have.
it's fun to have multiple streams of income,
Oh, absolutely.
especially when you believe in the product as much as you do.
Oh, I do.
And what would you say to other golfers out there if you had to tell them why you're excited about this product?
Well, because I think it would be beneficial to them. It really would be. I think just the way it was handed to me was try it for 2 weeks and just tell me how you feel. Tell me if you see any results. I'm not saying this is a cure-all for anything. Just try it.
Yeah.
And what do you have to lose? Nothing, because I'm going to let you try it for 2 weeks.
You think now you're going to try the Open next year,
Absolutely.
okay, and you want to be in the top 8. Here's my suggestion.
Okay.
Let's say we don't tell anybody under 50 before the competition. Let's not give the young guys one more advantage.
I don't want to do that.
There you go.
But you know what? I want the competition because I feel like I can compete now.
There.
As I said, the issues are gone.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can compete. And my swing is good enough, so now I can go back to just doing some strength training and some flexibility, and I don't have to hurt the next day, and I'm ready to go.
Terrific story. Now I got to ask you, how does it feel to be, you're 53, right?
53, almost 54 in a week.
Almost 54. How does it feel to be 54 and feel better than you felt in your 40s?
It's a wonderful feeling. You know, a good book says the latter would be better.
Yeah.
And so I am looking forward to it. I feel like I've got better days ahead of me, training again, fun again. I mean, I have life again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just can't wait when I get out of bed to see what the day holds.
Yeah. Now when your wife says act your age, you think she's talking about a 30-year-old.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay.